Welcome to the Extreme channel. I am really excited to make this video. Believe it or not, there are even statues out there that Mr. X wants and he doesn't buy.
Come on, don't bullshit me.
Today, you're going to find out which pieces those are. As I said in the intro, believe it or not, there are statues out there that I actually really want and I don't buy. Believe it or not, I don't have an unlimited supply of money. Believe it or not, I have other financial obligations. Believe it or not, Epstein didn't kill himself. Before we get started, I want to encourage you to go ahead and comment on this video. Why? We're doing some giveaways. We're giving away monthly prizes. We're giving away extrizes. I'm actually filming that very soon. I picked 2 random videos and 2 lucky winners get Mr. X gift baskets. What are gift baskets, Mr. X? It actually varies every single month, and I will launch that video on the 15th of every month. So make sure you've liked this video, you've subscribed to the channel, and you've hit that bell notification. And then comment down below because this may be one of the videos that I pick. So as I said, there are statues out there that I choose not to get. Sometimes it's due to price, sometimes it just won't go well with my collection. Sometimes it's because I have imaginary rules that I have to follow. And originally I thought it would be extremely difficult to figure out 10 different pieces that I've really wanted, but I haven't pulled the trigger on, and I easily came up with 20. Not only that, but I ranked them. Just before we dive in, I want to let you know Mr. X, chances are I'll probably end up getting like 5 of these 20, but some, I promise you, I will practice #restraint. And if you're new to the channel, #restraint means it's a piece you really, really want, but you're going to practice restraint and not buy it. And as we jump into these, I will tell you why I didn't buy each piece. So let's start with a custom Pennywise bust. This is probably the best Pennywise bust on the market. I was really looking forward to ECC, but I was a little bit disappointed. I have another Pennywise bust, you can check out the review right here, which costs quite a bit less, and the quality is quite a bit less. And that reason alone is why I didn't buy this piece. I didn't think I could offload my other one, and I didn't see a reason to have 2 different Pennywise busts, even though I love that character and that concept. Number 19 is also a bust. This one I think is just incredibly overpriced, even though I know everybody who owns it says it's one of the best ones out there. Plus, I don't love the movie that much. This is the Elite Creature Collectible Rosenberg bust. This guy goes well over $3,000 if not $4,000, so at this time it's just a pass for me in my collection. Number 18 is a piece that is not out yet, but it is Prime 1 Studios' Doom statue. While I haven't played the game, I've seen the game and it looks fantastic. I'm not a video gamer and I think just the beauty and art of this is awesome. But I can't justify such a heavy price tag. I think it's $2,000 to $3,000 and such a large piece. I believe it's 1/3. I originally thought it was 1/4 for a character I don't have that much love to. Plus, I don't know what it would go with in my collection. Number 17 is one that I am looking for and I might get someday. You guys have seen this in my videos before. I'm looking for XM Studios Ivy from their Samurai line to go with the rest of my pieces. I'm not sold on this piece, but she would go great with the rest of the Samurai line that I have. And with that being said, I will buy her someday if I can find her at retail, which is very difficult to do. I won't pay more than that, but she looks great. Number 16 is a piece that is up for PO. I will not be buying this, but this is by Prime 1 Studios. This is Sauron from Lord of the Rings. Now the biggest reason I passed on him is he is 40 inches tall, which creates display problems, and I just don't like how he's staring at his hand. I understand the concept behind it, but I would have rather seen his hand down to his side while he swings his weapon or something of that nature. So for those reasons, I passed on that. 15 is one I will probably cave in on. It is Prime 1 Sengoku Predator. It's not out in people's hands yet. It just went up for pre-order recently. I have almost all their other Predators on order, but I really like this one. I think it's anything samurai, I've said this before, plus a favorite character just mesh really well together. Number 14 actually hasn't gone up for PO, but I will pass on this one. This is Prime 1 Vegeta. I'm not a huge Dragon Ball Z fan, but I do have some custom Dragon Ball Z pieces. You can check out one of the reviews here. And I think this would pair off excellent. I was a big fan of this, but I'm not a Dragon Ball Z purist. But Prime 1 is impeccable with quality, and I just like the way this looks. 13 is another bust. There's actually quite a few busts on here. This is the Elite Creature Collectibles Medusa. And I've always passed on this one due to the size and the price, even though I have found a few good deals that were pretty close to retail. I've actually got scammed on one of these once, but thankfully I got my money back. But this is really cool. If my bust display gets bigger, I'm going to do some different things with it. She may be down the road in a few years, but we'll see what happens. Number 12 is a custom Wolverine. This is phase 1. I own phase 2 and have phase 3 and 4 on order. This piece, from what people say, is a grail. I've never seen it in person. They say it's the best Weapon X out there. Now, the reason that I'm not buying this is because it goes for ridiculous amounts of money. While it's probably worth it, the character is Wolverine. There are tons of amazing Wolverines out there. So for that reason, I can pass on this one, even if he is the best Weapon X ever made. Number 11 is by XM Studios. It's their Megatron. So this isn't out yet, but it has gone up for PO. It should deliver later this year. Very, very cool piece. I didn't get this because I already have a few other Megatrons. I think this is probably the best Generation 1 Megatron. It's not even necessarily Generation 1. It has a little bit of their own twist on it. And XM Studios is also known for their impeccable quality. So for that reason, I'm going to pass on this one. Now we're to the top 10, and some of these, especially number 10, is going to shock the hell out of you. But right now, if you haven't commented yet, go ahead and comment what you think my number 1 is. If you're a loyal follower of the channel, you will know 100%. But let's start off with the surprising number 10, another Prime 1 Studios Kong vs. Skullcrawler. I am bummed I passed on this piece. Now I can still get it, but shipping is very expensive. And I have seen it go on eBay for quite a bit cheaper. I've seen it go on eBay for about 20% less than retail shipped. So I'm still watching eBay for it very carefully. While I've never seen it in person, the people who own it really, really like it. So I would love to have this piece, put it with my dinosaur pieces. I think it would fit in really well there. And I just love King Kong. Number 9, I will never buy because of the price tag. It is the Weta Treebeard. I haven't seen it go for cheaper than $4,000 since it sold out. I think this is amazing. I'm not a huge Lord of the Rings guy, even though I have a few pieces coming. But this is a phenomenal piece, and I think it's the only one from Weta on my list. Number 8 shouldn't surprise you because I had the Vegeta. This is the Prime 1 Goku. I would get this before the Vegeta. And one of the reasons I'm passing on this is because I feel like if I get this, I'll get the Vegeta for sure. But I'd love to put him facing off against my Dragon Ball Z villains. Here's the link to the review of the other one. I think Prime 1 did a phenomenal job. As I said, I think Dragon Ball Z purists aren't huge fans of this statue, but I love it. Number 7 is 1/3 scale Marcus by Elite Creature Collectibles from the Underworld movies. I've never seen this in person, but I know what a grail it is. I think it would be fantastic to own. And I know you're probably thinking, Mr. X, do you have the Lycan? Why isn't the Lycan on the list? Well, this is only number 7. So I wonder if you can bet what number 6 is. Number 6, haha, you got it wrong, is the Queen Studios Hulk bust. This hasn't been released yet, and this would violate my new imaginary rule of buying heroes, although Hulk could be a villain. Queen Studios, they are just doing an amazing job on their busts. I have 3 of them, and I have, I think, 3 or 4 more on order. And actually, I found out today it's possible someone's going to send me the Iron Man to review, so that'd be really cool. Number 5 is the Lycan from Elite Creature Collectibles. So you can tell I put a lot of calculated thought into this list. I would definitely want both of the pieces, but if I had to choose just one, it would be this one, no contest. I'm a much bigger werewolf fan than I am a vampire fan, even though I do love vampires. But the Marcus to me isn't a true vampire. I like what they did with him in the movie, but I would much prefer a regular Dracula, but this is amazing. Number 4 is one that may join the collection. This is Nosferatu Zod from the Berserker line. This sheer presence of this statue is amazing. I love watching Cisco's video over and over of this piece. I think this one will join it, but man, the price tag, especially with shipping, is going to be outrageous. If it does go on Sideshow's website, I'll buy it on day 1. But who knows? I could put this next to my 1/4 scale Bloody Berserker, which you guys have never seen. But it's a very, very cool piece. Number 3 is for someone very special out there, is the Queen Studios Alita bust. I would love to have this piece. Again, it breaks my imaginary rule of buying a hero, and I think this will be one of the best busts ever made, if not the best bust ever made. And I also worry a little bit about shipping that sword through customs. Customs doesn't screen everything very carefully, but you never know. But nonetheless, congratulations to anyone who will get this. I probably will not. 2 left. Have you guessed what they are? And I know what you're thinking. Mr. X, it's crazy that only 2 of the top 20 pieces are custom on your list. That's right, because I buy every single custom. I'm just kidding. Or am I? So number 1 is a Prime 1 Studios Transformer. This is another Optimus Prime. And I know what you're thinking, Mr. X, you already have 3 Optimus Primes. That's right, but this one is different.
I love gold!
This is the Prime 1 Studios Optimus Prime Night Edition in the gold format. ES was incredibly low. I think it was only around $250 or so, and it seems like these go for $3,000 to $5,000. I will never pay that much for it. So I don't think this one will ever come to the collection, unfortunately. However, I would love to have him. I love the pose. It's different than the ones that I have. I love the fact that it's gold, so it's different, almost like a statue of a statue. So number 1 is by Sideshow. If you know me really well, you've already guessed it, and it's a horror piece. I love horror. This particular horror piece is from a horror movie that I saw when I was under 10 years old. My father introduced me to all kinds of horror films, and he still watches them to this day. And he watches some shit I would never watch that still freak me out. This is not from the scariest movie ever, but I would say this is probably from the movie with the scariest monster ever, at least in my opinion. So the number 1 piece that someday, this is my grail. I think a grail is something that is unattainable. Once you attain it, it is no longer a grail. Or if you search for, I'd say, a long period of time, which is the case here. One day I will own this statue. He may be one of the only 10 statues I ever own. But my number 1 piece that I want that I don't have is Sideshow Collectibles Pumpkinhead. If you don't know what a pumpkinhead is, it's a lot scarier than it sounds. Pumpkinhead is a demonic creature that has ties to people that summon it. And the movie was good. It wasn't amazing. The creature is amazing. I love this piece. I hope one day to own it, but they only made 150 of them, and mathematically there's probably less than 125 in existence due to breakages and things like that. So right now he goes for $3,000 minimum. $3,000 is a pretty good deal, if not more than that. But one day I will own him in the collection. Now if you really like this video, make sure you subscribe, because I am doing another similar video, except it's going to be of the pieces I own. I'm actually filming it tomorrow. Which ones would I never sell? So that'll launch in a few days after this. And what's cool about that video is it'll probably change from time to time, so I'll probably do that like twice a year. But I really appreciate you guys watching. If you like stuff like this, go ahead and hit that Mr. X symbol and you can subscribe, or go ahead and check out some of these other playlists that talk about incoming statues. I really appreciate you guys. Take care.